One Focus Radio.
Welcome to the show, it's Dyer's Daily. Keeping in the know, it's Dyer's Daily. We've got chat, we've got discussion, nice and slow, ain't no rushing, reading emails and events. Sometimes he makes no sense. It's time to start the show, it's Dyer's Daily. He'll be there in a mo, it's Dyer's Daily. We've got plays, we've got interviews, even stuff that's in the news. Local and otherwise, come and try it on for size, it's Dyer's Daily.
Hello and welcome to the Dyer's Daily podcast for Monday the 3rd of December 2018. In today's show, we're going to be talking about the beginning of the month, celebrating Christmas early, and a whole host of other things as well. I think it's going to be another rambly one. But first, here are two podcasts from two other creators for your listening pleasure. Right, take it away. Go on now.
Have you ever been reading through a stack of comics and thought, maybe I should see what this Arkham Asylum game is all about? Or been playing Marvel vs. Capcom and felt like you were at a real disadvantage since you didn't know who half the characters were? Well, Play Comics is the show for you. I'm Chris, and each episode we take a look at video games based on comic properties and how well they stick to that source material. So whether you know the comics and want to know how all these games work, or you know the games and want to find out where all this craziness came from, go check out Play Comics at playcomics.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
So yeah, so it'll be like, I'll be like, hey, and then you guys will be like, hi. Like, and I'll be like, we are the Drunk Detectives.
Mm-hmm. Meat and
All right.
potatoes.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hi. Hi.
we are the Drunk Detectives. We are a true crime comedy podcast.
So we're funny. Sometimes.
So we pair handcrafted signature cocktails with cold, bloody, unsolved murder. We release a new episode every Sunday, and you can find us on the Apple Podcast app, on Google Play Music, Stitcher Radio, and Radio Public. Or you can follow us at www.thedrunkdetectives.com.
Bye.
Dyer's Daily.
Well, dear listener, I hope you're wrapped up warm. Maybe a nice coat, nice and cushy. Perhaps something, maybe a cushion, something like that. Make sure you're wrapped up warm because it is pretty cold out there at the moment. Every day when I speak to family, they ring me up and I talk to them for a little while, and they tell me that it's cold outside. And you think, yes, it is cold outside because it's December. It's 1 week closer to Christmas, which is what everyone's going to be obsessed with now, because like the cold weather, Christmas this time of year is always on people's minds. And I have to say, it was quite bizarre because the Gadget Show, which I'm a huge fan of, decided to have their Christmas special on the 30th of November, which I still think's a bit odd. Because initially I thought, have they, is this the last one of the series? And that's why they're doing it? This is the date they've been given for the last of the series? No, there is one the following week, which is just a normal episode. So I was a little bit puzzled by that, but that's what happens. The moment you kind of hit December or about to hit December, it just goes Christmas crazy. And I don't want to bore you too much with all this Christmas talk because it is everywhere, but I have to say that I am very much looking forward to Christmas this year. It's been one of those years where it's a bit up and down, like it is every year, and you look forward to letting your hair down in December, celebrating Christmas or whatever holiday it is that you celebrate, and of course celebrating the new year as well, and the start of something else. But this time of the month, I have to say, on the 3rd of December, I'm normally thinking about my birthday, which on this day, the 3rd of December, is 3 days away. So I'm looking forward to it. I always do, because everybody kind of gathers around. It's like a celebration of you, which not everybody. I think once you get to a certain age, birthdays start to become a bit blah, don't they? I haven't quite reached that stage yet. Maybe after I've reached 30. Because I'm 29 this year, so maybe after I've reached 30, I will start to go, do you know what, actually, it's a bit boring. But the thing is, I've had 27 Christmases, and I'm not bored yet, so it must be something, because it's only once a year. You know the song, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, by a wizard that's played, billions of times every year. I often think, if it really was Christmas every day, I think you'd just be bored by day 7, wouldn't you? Not even that. I wonder if anyone... Actually, no. Now that I think about it, there is actually a guy out there. I don't know whether he's still doing it, but every day for him is Christmas. He celebrates it like it's Christmas every day. I'm not quite sure. I might be misremembering, but I'm sure that was a report on something a few years ago. Which always, those reports, when they search out these people, it always puzzles me. Because it's something of interest, but why have they not got to them before now if they've been doing it for years? I mean, it's like that report recently of that guy who has been radio DJing in his shed for like 42 years or something, and he's just had a speaker in his front room. So he's had a studio in his shed, and he's just been broadcasting to his front room to his wife for like 40 years or something, doing different programs and different things. Obviously, I was surprised at how technical it all was in the shed, because when you hear there's someone in their back garden doing something, you think, oh, that must be just like a little microphone and a little broadcast thing. No, it was like proper gear. And really, to cut a long story short, this guy has just been discovered, or certainly, they might have known about him for a while, but a local BBC station where he lives has given him a chance to actually broadcast on the BBC. What an honour that is. But I kind of think, well, surely even if a guy had been doing it for 20 years, that would have been quite special. Or maybe it's that... Do you often think that people often forget stuff? So you get to hear about these people, and what you don't realise is that 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they were in the newspaper again for a very similar reason. All kind of comes around, doesn't it? You can definitely tell that it's near Christmas, because I am not making any sense whatsoever. Trying to make sense of it. But hopefully, dear listener, you are enjoying the Dyer's Daily experience, as I know that some people out there do, so thank you very much for listening. But just to bring it round to something, do you celebrate Christmas or think about Christmas at the beginning of December or the end of November? Are you that early, or do you wait until like a week or two before? Because it goes absolutely mad after Bonfire Night, which I get, because it's like the next big holiday. Obviously for our American friends, that is Thanksgiving after Bonfire Night. But even then, they don't have Bonfire Night, do they? It's so confusing, because we're so close these days. Everybody is so close together. The world is a lot smaller than I remember it being in the past. I used to think of like America and all those other countries as being so far away, so distant. But now I can just get up and have a conversation with a dude in Los Angeles. Everything is so much smaller now. Although I have to say, if you actually went there, you'd feel like the world was a big place, because you'd never been there and it's so far away from your home. But when you're just here and you're able to contact people and see things from all over the place, you feel like the world is just a lot more kind of miniature. Everything is a lot closer, which a lot of people don't realise, which is why I don't really like it when you're in a village or something and there's all this kind of small community thing, because the world has kind of blossomed. Everyone around the world is a lot closer. Obviously, it's good to have a community spirit, but the world is a lot closer together, I think, than it used to be, because of technology, because of what we're able to do now. it's incredible. And if you go back to that guy who was in his shed, he could have probably got an internet license and broadcast over the internet, but he kept it to his front room. I might be wrong there. Maybe he has, and the newspaper just hasn't neglected to say anything about it. I don't know. But dear listener, do you celebrate Christmas or the festive season at the beginning of December, end of November? Let us know via all the usual channels, on email and stuff. dyersdaily@southwavesaudio.co.uk. I'd also like to know as well whether you get sick of seeing the same things again and again and again at Christmas time. Because every year the same iconography comes out, the same of everything. Does that ever bore you? Do you ever feel like, yeah, that's played out now, I'm bored of it, it's over? Do you ever get that feeling? Sometimes I do, but to not contradict myself, I do enjoy Christmas and I'm very much looking forward to it. However, my birthday is coming first in 3 days' time, so I should probably be thinking of that first, shouldn't I? Anyway, let's get this show to an end, shall we? This has been Dyer's Daily. Thank you very much for listening. My name has been Jamie Dyer and it always will be, and thank you very much for listening once more. Please remember to rate, comment and subscribe on your favourite podcast provider, and I shall see you tomorrow, same time, same place, for another edition of Dyer's Daily. Okay, have a great day. This has been a Southwaves audio production. Bye-bye for now.